Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Everybody's tuned in today for the episode of In the Light of a Warrior. You know, um, sometimes things go as planned, sometimes they don't. This is one of the times that it didn't. And only because, you know what? let me I'm just going to let the MS Warrior explain what's going on today for everybody out there that's tuning in. But before I do all of that, everybody knows yours truly. I'm AG the Dad. This is In the Light of a Warrior with the MS Warrior. We do this every Tuesday at 6 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And today is, like I said, it's going to be a little bit different. But don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and let everybody know that we exist. Because, as the MS Warrior says, each one teach one. But without further ado, let me introduce to you the one, the only, the MS Warrior. ¿Qué pasa?
¿Qué pasó?
How are you doing?
Fine, fine, fine. How are you, AG the dad?
Man, I can't complain. I was telling everybody that today we're gonna do a little bit different.
Yes.
I'm not sure if anybody noticed yet, but I mean, we're live, but we're not.
Right.
We're gonna be in the chat, listening and probably interacting with you. But if you're listening out there, this is uh, past me telling the future you that um, thanks for tuning in and chime in on the you know in the message center. But my bad. Anyway, you know what? I'm just going to turn it all over to you for right now and do your thing.
Alrighty. Hi, guys out there. Yes, today's going to be a little different. Reason being is today is my injection day. It happened to be on today, Tuesday. And I don't, per doctor advice, he doesn't want me injecting past a certain time in the afternoon. He doesn't want me to inject, say, at 6, 7, 8, go to bed not feeling well, and be woken up in the middle of the night and really not knowing what's going on or what could be the issue. Injecting earlier in the day, it gives you time. You're up, awake. You're aware of what's going on with your body, and to know, well, hey, this could be from my injection. You're having, a side effect or something. So this is why today's show is being recorded and not going live, because we're hours earlier than what our normal schedule is. So with that being said, you guys can still comment. You could still reach me or AG the Dad here on this recorded podcast. So let me start off by saying, um, my disclaimer: I am not a physician. I would never tell you guys what to do with your medications, to take this or that, or not to take this or that. Um, Always consult your medical team for any advice before trying anything, adding anything, or stopping anything. Um, so, with that being said, I'm not a doctor. This is only per my experiences and what I do per my medical team. Okay, so um, today is my 12th injection, and I'm excited, guys, because we're moving down the path and everything is going really, 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 really good. The only bump right now on the road, and I mentioned it in my last podcast, is that my platelet count is a little high, but there could be many reasons for that. So, but um, wish me well. Just keep me in your prayers that it's, nothing big. Uh, so I'll let me start. As we are told by our specialty pharmacy, our medication, Kisimda, does not come from a lot of our medications that warriors need to take. They do not come, say, from Rite Aid and places like that. They are called specialty pharmacies because of what type of medicine it is. And a little bit, I wanted to educate you and pass on some information that I know that may help. somebody out there. This medicine and a lot of our DMTs are very expensive. Mine is 8,000 a month for one shot. That's just one. Okay. You Kesimpta users know as well. And there you can contact if you are having any hardships, and it doesn't have to be due to COVID. If you're having financial hardships, contact Novartis. They are the manufacturer of Kesimpta, and they have patient programs that will help you financially or cover the whole cost or cover your copay. It all depends on your application. So warriors, don't go it alone. There's programs out there that'll help you pay for your medicines. Even if you're watching and you're not on Kesimpta, you're on a different DMT, contact that manufacturer. They have patient programs all across the board. I've been on 4 different meds, and they've all had patient services, and also a nurse that contacts you monthly for any changes, any side effects, any problems you may have during injection. You can call her. So the programs are very, very useful. It's a nice resource. It really is. So remember, with Kesimpta, it's Novartis. So reach out to them, get some info. Hey, it might save you thousands of dollars. So it's worth checking it out, guys. So, and also, this Kesimpta is given to us in 20 milligram pre-filled injections. This medicine, Kesimpta, FDA approved it in 2009. That was headed out as Arzerra, which they used to treat a certain form of leukemia. 2009. So this drug is a classed chemo in higher doses than what it is prescribed for warriors like myself. So that's why following tests are led up if you are put on Kesimpta. So you have to pay attention to your wellness, the months that go by, because you need blood work to keep up with that. On Kesimpta, if you've had shingles, if you've had Hep B, some others, this medicine, being on Kesimpta, can reactivate those things. So there's certain things, of course, before determining your DMT, disease modifying treatment. These are all the things that you need to know before choosing your path of treatment. So and it comes with the medication, or you can find it online. You could ask the pharmacy to send you the leaflet. They're more than happy to send it to you, so you can get to know the medications before you start your treatment. It's very, very, very important to know these things, the side effects. A lot of questions, especially for women, are do you lose your hair being on Kesimpta? I have not. I have not lost any hair. Prior past medications, yes, my hair got so thin I almost was in tears. But um, it's come back. It hasn't come back to its full potential, but it is, and I'm okay. I'm content. So no, Kesimpta has not caused me any hair loss, and it's not reported as a side effect. A lot of people say, "Oh gosh, will it make me gain weight? Does it make me lose weight?" Um, Weight gain has not been reported thus far. Um, Kesimpta came out in 2020, used for multiple sclerosis treatment. So thus far, that has not been reported with weight gain myself. Um, since I'm in now almost 5 years, and of course, yeah, I've gained some weight, but it's not due to Kesimpta. Um, Being stricken with this illness, we were not as physical as we were prior. So I lay a lot and stuff like that. I'm not as physical. And over the course of this 4.5 years, I have had multiple rounds of intravenous Solumedrol. That's a steroid that only is given in the hospital setting, or they could set up a nurse to come to your home and give it to you intravenously. The treatment for that. If you're put on Solu-Medrol, it's for a reason. You must be in a relapse. There's no other reason they'll treat you with Solu-Medrol. Your MRI has to show active lesions of your brain and your spinal cord to get that treatment. Can treat you with steroids just on a daily because of whatever your health is at that time. I've only had to be put on that one time, and never again. Never, ever again. That steroids don't agree with me. And at that time, at that same time, I was on a relapse. They put me on, I was taking 44 steroids a day. And all in that, I don't know what caused it, but I had never had blood clots before. So I had to be rushed to the hospital because I just couldn't stop vomiting, and I was curled over in pain. I had a blood clot in my spleen. So my doctor knows, and the hospital that treats me and knows me very well. That used to be my home away from home. Not anymore, guys. Yay. I'll be hospital free a year. Hallelujah. Thank you, God. And so with those high doses and the steroids given to you 1,000 milligram intravenously, they can only give it to you every 24 hours. So usually you stay in the hospital for the 5-day stint. And now they're cutting kind of back to 3 days. I've been there on a 3-day stint. And one time they let me come home, but I had to go back every 24 hours for 5 days. So I opted for that one. But they know that this warrior don't do the oral steroids. I feel like I'm being poisoned. I had a bad experience with the blood clot being on them. So yeah. So, in which they don't harass me about it. They don't say, well, if you don't take this, then we're not treating you. They don't do that to me. So they are very well aware of my situation with MS and what my body tolerates and what it doesn't tolerate. So therefore, I'm treated pretty good there. So that's a good thing. I'm looking down here at my paper I wrote down some stuff because, as you guys know, there's so much with MS with your life daily. But I just wanted to hit on some key points about the Kesimpta, because today is about Kesimpta and how it affects me and the injecting. And also, and this is a big one for me, and a lot of warriors I see that don't like to be put on the med, and then a year later or 8 months later, get a call from your pharmacy and say, oh, we have to switch you to a generic. I will kick and scream. I will pull out somebody's hair, all of that. It's happened to me before. And once you're on a medication and you know how you're on it, it's good. Your health is fine. Your blood work is good. And you're doing well on this DMT, disease modifying treatment. You don't want to be switched to a generic, because then it's all over again. The scare, the fear, the side effects may be different, even though they say it may be just due to the shape of the pill or the coating or the color. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it looks the same, if it has the same coating, same numbers, whatever the frig it is. No, I don't want to be switched. My body is used to this med. My MS is in control. So that I don't like. And I've had to been switched after 2.5 years of being on a treatment, having to switch because, in the medical world, your insurance isn't going to pay for it anymore because the pill is blue and we have to give you pink. I mean, just crud like that. But with Kesimpta, you don't have to worry about that. Kesimpta is there's no generic form because it's made of live cells. You can't falsely produce that. So it's a biological chemical to the pill. It's a live cell in that production of this medication. So it can't be falsely duplicated. So you guys hear me? So if you're on Kesimpta, that is the brand name. It is a brand name. They do not, and I say again, they do not make a generic for Kesimpta. They can't duplicate falsely the live cells. And this is research. It's all across the board, guys. This is what I tell you right now. It's and you can confirm. Speak to your pharmacist. Um, if you have specific questions and you're just not able to get into your doctor or reach someone to ask them, call the pharmacist. They will tell you and give you the information as much as they're capable of giving. Of course, they can't tell you don't inject because you're having these issues or whatever. They're not a doctor, just like I'm not. I'm not giving you any information, indication that I'm a physician and you should be doing these things. Always consult your medical team. Other forums, resources are there for us, being having multiple sclerosis. So always reach out to someone because there's always somebody there to answer your questions, and get on a patient program from the manufacturer of this medication because they will check on you. They will do all of that. If you have reached out to your doctor and it's been 2, 3 days, 4, 6, 9, 11 days, and your doctor still has not reached out to you in regarding to your medications, they will take over and get on the phone and reach your doctors. So there's a lot of resources out there, guys, for us. Okay, so I think I've given you enough information that's really important. The financials, if you're having hardship, and to be at ease and know that if you do choose, you won't be asked to switch 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 11 a year later, unless somewhere in technology real big that they find a way to put this Kesimpta in a generic form. But like I just said, it's a live cell, so they can't duplicate that from what is being told on today's planet. And let's see. And these are all the things that for me that was very important. And also Kesimpta, and the name for Kesimpta is okay. Ofatumumab is the medical name for Kesimpta, just for so you guys to know. And Kesimpta does weaken your immune system, so that puts us at a higher risk for catching flus, colds, COVID, other things as well. The list kind of goes, it's kind of long, but you can imagine, our shingles, stuff like that. We're not so much protected in the way of immune system. And Kesimpta is a B cell depleter, not completer, excuse me. B cell, it depletes our B cell at it's by your I can't remember exact numbers, but I know after you've been on Kesimpta for so many weeks, or by your 3rd, 4th injection, your immune system is already at 94% depletion from the Kesimpta. So that's why it's important for us, guys, during this COVID time and all the flu season and stuff like that, to stay masked up. Stay masked up. Wash your hands all the time. Find out if your loved ones that want to come over, if their children are sick, or if they got a cough and sneeze. We just have to take a little bit more different protections being on Kesimpta as we would maybe a different DMT that's not an immune suppressant. I've been on 2. So this is different. It's different. It's more of a thought process of being protected. So with Kesimpta being immune suppressant, we have to be careful, a little bit more careful than normal. Right now with COVID, 100%. We want to step our game up with that. So that'll do it for me talking to you guys. So I'll get into injecting. So you always
hold on. Before you do that, I got a few questions.
Okay.
So when you do your injections, do you notice any side effects right away?
For me, yes. Yes. And
Example of a side effect that you experience?
nausea, headache, you kind of you could get a flushing sensation, a warm sensation, depending on really depending on how you're feeling too that day. If you're not feeling too hot, I find that my symptoms are a little bit more, the side effects are a little bit more heightened.
Um, is there something that you can do prior to taking any of the injections that might lessen or, um, you know, help you through
Mhm.
it a little bit better?
Yes, with my experience, my very first injection of the Kesimpta, I did about 6:30 at night, and right away I felt nauseous. I couldn't eat. I went to bed, and I was awakened in the middle of the night, shivering. I had the chills. My head was pounding. I felt like I had to throw up. I couldn't eat. I was miserable, like I had the worst flu on the planet. So I reached out to my medical team, and my doctor put on Allegra, 60 milligram Allegra, an hour or two before my injecting, and a Tylenol, one Tylenol maximum strength, an hour or two before injecting. So from that point on, I've followed his advice, and that has stopped the fever, the chills, the fatigue, the body ache. It stopped all that. The only thing that I still get is I get a little fatigued a little bit to where I feel more tired than what my norm is with the MS, and the nausea. The nausea
Mm,
is the son of a gun. Um, it's weird because for me, anything I take, man, the nausea is bad. Is bad to where I can't eat. I can sip little stuff, but I feel like I'm gonna give it up. You know what I mean? So I'm not feeling
mm,
too well. But what I can say is over these months up until this point, this will be my 12th injection. Prior to about a month, 2 months ago, I would feel sick for about 4 days after. Mind you, this drug is given and was made given to cancer patient, leukemia patients, okay, in
mm,
higher doses. So even though this is a lower dose, it has some side effects that make you feel kind of not so hot.
mm,
So on those days, I don't make appointments. I don't plan to go anywhere for the next 3 days because I'm down in bed a little bit. I'm not on my feet to my baseline what I normally am. I play it cool, just easy sailing and just and chillax.
right.
It seems to be getting better these last 2 months. It's not lasting as long. The sick
The
not
symptoms.
lasting too long. Yeah,
Hmm.
the headache. The headache, yes, I still get the headache, and every time after I inject, like hours later, about 2 hours into it, that's when everything starts to kick up
Mm,
or a little sooner. So the headache and all that stuff, it can be a little pain in the butt, but the upside, the positive outweighs that negative. So what I suggest, and I tell my warriors, contact your physician, contact your neurologist, not your regular physician, but your neurologist, and ask him, is there the Allegra or allergy medicine and Tylenol that you can prescribe me or put in on board that would help me with the side effects? I know many of the warriors have done that.
hmm.
So, but again, people, you have to contact your doctor. I am not giving you the advice to take Tylenol or Allegra or anything. This is what my doctor has prescribed specifically for me. I can't tell you to take it because you may be allergic to something in the Tylenol or the Allegra that I
Hmm.
that you may not even know, but your doctor may know, or some tests have to be ran anyway before being put on the Kesimpta. You have to be basically a candidate for Kesimpta. So there's many tests that your doctor run to see if you can take the Kesimpta as already something going on in your body that's going to show through blood work. You may not be able to be put on Kesimpta. So that's the same thing as far as taking a Tylenol or Allegra, a vitamin, anything. Never take the advice of a person who is not on your medical team, that you are not under their care.
Right.
For
Yeah.
for that, it works for more. You
Yeah.
know.
This is just her journey. Remember, it's all in
Mhm.
the title of this. This is, in the light of a
Yes.
warrior, just
Right.
her MS journey.
Right.
So it's just giving you an insight look of what she's going through. So,
Yep.
once again, on behalf of Shit Talking Sundays, we're not. I'm not a doctor. She's not a doctor. This is not
Mhm.
medical advice. This is
No.
just us giving you her journey. Please consult a
Yes.
doctor, and if you're having an emergency, call 911. Okay.
Most definitely. Most definitely. So,
Um, yeah. I
okay.
guess none but to do it, but to do it.
What to do it?
Uh, I guess a couple questions.
Yeah.
Do you do it yourself or do you have someone help you?
Mhm. You can have somebody do it for you, but I do it myself. The very
Okay.
first time of your injection, and you have to do 3 injections once a week for the uptake before you can start your monthly regimen. And they tell you you should do it in your doctor's office the very first visit, the injection, I mean, in
Mhm.
case you could have
Something has
allergic.
side of, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I get that.
So I didn't do that because my doctor told me. I said, "Hey, I need to come in, my injection. I'm ready." Da, 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 da. And he goes, "Well, okay, but if something were to happen to you," and I thought this was funny. I was like, "You're right, but okay." So he said, "Well, if you have a reaction here in the office, I have to call 911." He said, "I won't be
Huh.
able to help you." So I was like, he goes, "So you'd be doing the same thing at home, but have someone at home with you. If you live alone, have someone come over just
Right,
so if
right,
something were to happen, they could help you." That could happen really at any given point with during
right,
injection. You know what I
right.
mean? So I did have on a prior medication, I had the nurse that was on the program, and it was to my resource. She came over and taught me how to do all my injections, and she came over on the day and did the injection with
Mhm.
me and stuff like that. So, doing injection, this is no new rodeo for me. I used to inject 7 days a week in 7 different parts of my body. So I'm not a newbie. So I was like, oh, I've got this. So I just
Hmm.
made sure, Larry was going to be home in case I hit the deck or something. Somebody was going to call 911. So I was
Right,
like,
right,
I'll do it at home and save me a trip, going way clear across town at that point. So,
mm,
and it went okay. It went okay. So
okay.
I've been
And-
doing them at home ever since, and yes, by myself. I do it in my abdomen, so I can see. If I had to do it in my buttocks or something, then I would have to have someone do it for me.
okay.
Okay.
And I guess last question is, when you do inject, uh, does it burn? Does it sting? Does it hurt? Is it painless? Some shots hurt, some don't. I know, what is it? The tetanus shot. When you
Mm,
take it at the time,
mm,
you don't
mm.
even really feel it. But later
But
on,
after,
oh, give it an hour or two. You don't want to move the arm,
yeah,
and it's kind of
yeah,
productive because the more you work it, the less pain you'll have
right.
and be less stiff. So I don't. I guess I'm kind of asking, is it kind of the same?
It doesn't have that effect. At least not for me. I've had prior injections that really hurt bad, sting, and then you welt up like a baseball. That's normal
Mhm.
for that medication. For Kesimpta, no, nothing. No, it doesn't swell, it doesn't get red, it doesn't burn. And Kesimpta is subcutaneous injection. That means it is delivered under the skin. You don't inject this in your muscle, you inject it under the skin. So when it comes, which I'll get to that, I'll show you. It comes, the needle is very small. It's already preset to go under the skin, and it's given in your thigh or your belly where you have
We're
some
thicker.
fatty tissue,
Hmm.
so I can't use my thigh. The top of my thighs are already depleted from the 3 years of injecting.
Mm.
So I can't use my thighs at all
Mm.
because of that reason already. They're depleted of the tissues. So
Mhm.
my belly is the best place. So, and which there's nothing. There's no burn, no nothing, barely. Sometimes, usually when you have a shot, you get a little blood and they put a band-aid. Sometimes I don't even bleed, and if I bleed, it's a speck. So it's really an easy injection, but you do want to stay away from your belly button,
Mm.
2 inches away from your belly button. You don't want to inject in tattoos, scarring, or stretch marks. Those tissues are already sensitive to, how a stretch mark is kind of thin. That tissue is already kind of damaged there. You don't want to inject into any damaged tissues. You want it to be clean. And if you look and get away from the vessels, sometimes it's kind of hard to get away from a vessel, but you don't want to end up hitting a vessel. You'll bleed a little bit. I've hit a vessel before in my thigh, and it turned I had a bruise, under
Mhm.
the skin for about that big, and it was scary, and I couldn't get it to stop bleeding. I had to call my nurse and get some advice, but we took care of it and it never happened again. But you can look at the top of your skin and you can see, stare away from it. Stare,
Okay.
but definitely you don't want to um, get near your belly button, tattoos, stretch mark, or damaged skin. You want to stay
Yeah.
away from that. So I'll show you guys when you get on Kesimpta and you call the pharmacist. They reach out to you and contact you and give you all the things that you need. They will give you your alcohol preps. They come in a box. So you don't have to pay for any of this. This is all your insurance covers this. And they send you, I just threw away my alcohol pad that I had out for injecting. Um, I'll show you. So they give you your sharps container, and it comes in this box. And you want to keep this box because it has your return label on it. So when you fill up that gigantic, this is huge. It doesn't look that big on camera, guys, but this is big. So when this gets full, you can hear my 11 injections in there. When this gets full, you place it back in this box, and it says on here, keep this box, and it has the return label. So you peel it off, and you're going to stick this on when you take it to UPS or your closest post office when you're ready to dispose of your sharps container when it gets full. I believe it'll be a couple of years, maybe 2 years, maybe 2.5, maybe 3, because there's today will be 12, and this thing has got plenty room in it. But you don't have to pay to return ship that to have it disposed properly. It's paid for. So getting down to the nitty gritty, guys. So what you want to do, always wash your hands before getting out your stuff.
Now, real quick before you get started, if
Hmm.
there's anybody out there that's a little bit needle phobic or easily lightheaded or whatever, this is the time when you should look away, or if you have children in the room, because she's gonna be taking an injection, and if you object to
Hmm.
observing that kind of stuff, now would be a good time to
Look
do
away,
that.
look
Look away.
away.
And so also with that, I want everybody, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and don't forget to share. And
Yes,
we're going to
please.
pause for just a second so that you guys can look away, get the children out the room, and then we'll get started with the process.
Yes. Okay, I'm back, huh? Okay. So, like I was saying, you want to prepare your a clean space for your things that you will be needing. And here, if you see, I've got my clean wash towel here. Here's my box of Kesimpta that comes, and you always want to check on the back of the box your dates, guys, to make sure that it has not expired. That's very important. If your medication is expired, do not use it. Call the pharmacy right away where you got it from, who shipped it to you, or wherever you picked it up from at the pharmacy, and they have to replace it if this is not current. Never take the medication if this on this box doesn't have your current date on it. That's vital. You don't want to get sick injecting something that's expired. And also, you make sure you wash your hands prior before touching anything, which I have. And I have my sanitizer here too that I give myself a squirt if I've been on the computer, touching my headphones, touching anything. I want to keep my hands really, really clean. So what I'm going to do now is prep my belly. So with alcohol pads that they give you, if you don't want that and want to do it yourself at home with cotton ball, tissue, whatever with alcohol, that's your choice. But you can get it sent to you for free with your medication. You want to clean your area. Sorry guys, that is my belly. You want to clean your area with the the alcohol prep where you're going to inject. Okay. Keep it clean. You clean it and let it dry. Give it some time, fan it, because you don't want to inject when when your skin is wet. Okay. That's a no-no. You don't want, and alcohol quickly. So I feel already that it's drying up. So I'm going to get some attention back up here. So here's how the pen comes. Okay. This is how it comes, and it is sealed. With this seal, when you turn this cap off, you have to inject within 5 minutes. Crazy, I know. So don't take this off and answer your phone. Make sure you're not cooking or anything, because you can't inject once this sealed label, look, it's sealed, it's not going to come off. Make sure you read here on the side too. It's going to have the expiration date, and it should match your box. If it doesn't, do not use it. Call the pharmacy ASAP. Okay. And what I don't do is I don't throw this box away. I switch them out monthly due to the fact that if I need anytime, say if I have a problem, side effect, or question, they want the numbers, the lot numbers off that box. So you need to keep it, stick it around, and throw it in the box. It'll be out of the way. So this was last month's box. I'm going to throw it away now. Because now my new box of today's injection is going in the box. So if at any time the pharmacy calls me and says, excuse me, Warrior, we need those numbers off the box because such and such, so whatever it is, I have that. Tomorrow, if I have to call the pharmacy and say, hey, man, I injected this and I need to talk to someone. Okay, give us the numbers on the box. We need the lot numbers, the IDs, the whole shebang. I'm sure you guys get that. So, and it's out of the way. Throw it in the box. There's room. Forget about it. Okay. So, and don't shake your medicine. You can tilt it. You'll see bubbles, going down. And if this was a different type of shot, like in the muscle, you wouldn't inject any air into the muscle. You do not touch this pen at all. It comes ready for you. You don't have to worry about any of that. This is subcutaneous, meaning it's injection under the skin. So that is supposed to be there. And this medication is refrigeration. It comes packed with blocks of ice when it's delivered to your home, or if you pick it up, it's refrigerated. You have to keep it in the refrigerator every day. Do not set it out. put it back in, and then your injection days 3 4 days out, or whatever your situation may be. Keep it in the refrigerator and do not freeze it. You can't freeze it. That's you won't be able to use it if you freeze it. So there's these little couple of important things that you need to know. But after 2 3 4 injections, you guys, it's a piece of cake. It comes natural. So no biggie, and it's only once a month. So hey, we can do it. The positive outweighs the negative, right? So it comes like second nature. So with that being said, there's nothing else now holding me back from doing the injection but finding my spot on my belly. So I'm going to put this for a second back on my towel while I check my tummy and see exactly where I want to inject. And I think I have my spot. Okay,
And don't
so
forget, everybody, if you're wheezy, quoozy, don't like chats, uh, turn away, look away, look away,
yeah,
look away,
way.
look away.
Yeah. So, okay, guys. So I have taken my cap off, and you will hear a pop. Listen for the pop. This gets people unexpectedly because it's somewhat of a loud pop, and you get scared, like, oh my God. And then it takes a couple of seconds. You'll hear a second pop, but that's telling you the first pop is okay, the injection has started. And then the second pop means the medication has been administered. That means it's done. And in the window, you guys probably won't be able to see this, but that window is going to get yellow as the medication is being injected. Okay. So here I go. And you want to have a tissue, your alcohol prep ready to, wipe if you have any leakage, and don't push down on your injection site, guys. Don't push down. You can just, slightly rub it, but don't press at all. Okay, so it looks kind of close to my tattoo, but guys, it's really not. So here we go. All right, listen for the pop. Hear the second pop. Okay, so there I got a little burn, a little sting, and I'm going to put that directly into my sharp container so I don't poke myself or forget to, and somebody else pokes herself. And you don't need to put the lid back on. Okay, so here, if you guys can see, I got a little tiny thing of blood. So tiny you probably won't be able to see it. I'm going to wipe it.
Can't see.
I'm just going to wipe it slightly. I'm not going to push. I'm going to fan. Okay, still a little blood there. But very tiny speck. So as you see, no redness, no nothing. It's not going to lump up. It's not going to do any of that. So boom, bam, guys, done. So now I just go on about my day until I start to feel, if I have any side effects, feeling the little crappiness or whatever. I'm gonna sip on some tea later. I'm gonna get a little food. Some bomb spaghetti right now is being cooked with some andouille sausage, some hamburger meat and stuff. So if I'm feeling good, I'm gonna get my grub on. I've been wanting some spaghetti.
I'm pretty sure between now and next Tuesday, you're probably going to do a couple things. If you guys go to the YouTube link below on YouTube at my MS journey on Kesimpta,
Correct.
you could probably see some updates on how she's doing in the next couple of days. So if you're just curious and you want to reach out and see how she's doing, you could do that by going at the link that you see on the screen.
Most definitely.
If you just want to reach out to the MS Warrior and give her some support, please email her at the, all the information is there.
Yes.
And if you want to be a little bit more undercover about it because you don't want her to know that it's from you, you can email me and I'll keep your secret. Because, this is Shit Talking Sundays, and I'm not going to talk no shit about you because every day is Shit Talking Sundays. We got to see an injection.
Yeah.
Um, so,
How it's done every month. So, you warriors out there, stay diligent. I know a lot of you on my page actually are their injection days are right behind me. So fill me in. How's it going? I do a warrior check-in, of course, and I always give you guys the next day, 2, 3 days with my injection to keep you updated on how I'm feeling. But
mhm,
I want to hear about how you guys are feeling also. Okay,
right,
so
right.
stay diligent on your health, guys. Take care of you because if you don't, who will? And on that note, I want to thank AG the dad for being available for me today. Change of schedule. I appreciate you. I really do. And back to regular schedule next Tuesday, guys. But meantime, reach out to AG the dad on Shit Talking Sundays. Go on his platform. Go talk some shit.
Mhm.
And it's given in a positive light. You guys know what I mean. So he just doesn't do. He's not limited. You could be a guest on his show, Shit Talking Sundays. If you would like to be a guest on my show, In the Light of a Warrior, reach out to me. It's very simple. AG can give you instructions at that point in time. All I will give you contact information for him. You guys can set it up, instructions, and we'll be all together on Tuesdays. Share your story. Strength comes in numbers, guys. Remember that. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe. There's many warriors out there who may need to be touched today, tomorrow, the next day, whenever, with share, compare, and support. And this is why I have chosen to put my life out there for you guys because you're not alone, and I know I'm not alone. So hope to see you guys Tuesday, 6 p.m. out in Cali time. AG, thank you very much, friend.
No problem. No problem. Thanks, Warrior, for being here and sharing your journey. Like I say, I do this um, just because I want to be able to help others out there. If you're suffering from something and there's not a lot of resources out there, maybe this sheds a little bit of light for you. Um, I definitely would love to hear any of your stories out there. Please email me at agthedad at shittalkingsundays.com. If you want to be a guest on my show or the MS Warriors show, please, email me here. We could figure something out. Check out this show will be every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Sorry, today it's not live. We had some scheduling issues with the injection, and we felt that it was important for you guys to be able to see that at least one time. Um, Wednesdays we have fitness tip of the week 6:30, and we have morning service every Sunday at 9:30. And speaking of morning service, I my heart goes out to the family um, that was tragically shot down today at the church, the mother and the children, and then the father uh, allegedly did all that and allegedly, I guess, took his own life. Domestic violence is an issue that I think everybody should, at least at some point in time, get educated on. Hitting each other is not okay. Okay. Um, just like the war we're having, man, I'm going to remain neutral at the moment about it, although I don't condone it by any means. Um, that's as far as I'm going to speak about it right now, only because I don't know a lot about it. Um, but I am going to educate myself a little bit more about it. because the hate in this world right now is kind of bad. And I also want people to understand that, you know, when people have disabilities, um, man, be patient, help them, because sometimes you just don't know what somebody's going through in their shoes. You know, um, MS is one of those things that today we can get in the ring and do 12 rounds. Tomorrow, we might not be able to get in the ring at all. So, with that being said, um, I'm AG the Dad. This has been In the Light of a Warrior. I truly, truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. And please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button, and please be kind to each other. All right. With that being said, um, nothing but love for everybody. Peace.